Right, so just received some TPU 95A filament from Tinmorry, ordered off of our favourite place, Amazon. Come down the workshop to set up and have a go at printing a bit of it. It's a bit cooling this morning, so we've slapped the diesel heater on, try and bring the temperature up a little bit, but the machine is saying its bed temperature at the moment, because it's done nothing, is 5 degrees, so it might be a little bit cold in here for it to print, but nothing ventured, nothing gained. So what shall we print? I popped onto one of my favourite little places to get stuff from, Thingiverse, and I've spotted this just here, which is a TPU customisable cable tie. So I mean, cable ties, we're always needing them, so I downloaded that, and I think that's what we'll have a go at, because useful little thing to have kicking around, and it looks like it should be relatively easy to print, not too many complications hopefully. I don't want to start with something that's big and complicated, because we're probably going to have to mess around with the machine a little bit and do 2 or 3 prints. So we've downloaded that. So the actual filament says on it 210 to 240, and it's telling us a print speed there as well. So what we'll do is, for some reason they're quite good at leaving this max and minimum temp in here. It's only a reference anyway, it's not running at it, but we'll just tweak that. So we'll put in what the filament parameters are, and also before we start, we'll do a save, and we'll just rename this here. So Tinmorry Tinmorry TPU. Yeah, don't need that bit at the end, so we'll delete that. Oh, name is not allowed. Oh, we've got a space in there. Wait, there we go, there's a space after there, and then we'll go OK. So let's have a look at, see what it's doing. Diameter, densities, etc. Yes, it's saying first layer 225. That's pretty much in the middle of the temperatures, and so we'll give it a go at that. Bed temperature 45. Now I had a quick look online, and it's sort of saying 40 to 60, so we'll leave it as it was. Well, I've just dropped that down there, so we'll leave that as it is. Just this is obviously FlashForge's settings for theirs, and so we'll use that as a base to start from and see what that comes up like. Then we'll add in the cable tie, and we'll open that and drop that on the bed, and let's just check on speed, because the speed on this is saying 30 to 60. So we'll, you know, first layer speed 50. So that really wants to be coming down. So let's drop that down to 20, and let's drop the infill speed down to 50. Because they do seem a bit fast to be starting. Other layers, outer walls, gosh, let's get that right down to let's have that down at 30, and I think we'll let's dial that down to 30 as well for now. There's no point in internal solid infills again. This is what the priest, so we'll just dial these back a bit and bring these down to within. So just pick something just below the maximum speeds, probably pushing it a little bit, but it will give us a start. Not too worried about support at the minute because we're not using it. We'll save this, and we will save this as That's the Tinmorry TPU. Yeah, so we at least going down the line, we've got a reference for it as to what we were doing. We can come back. We've not altered the settings for something we've used in the past as a generic PLA, to then find out we'd altered something and lost all what we wanted to keep. I'm just going to drop all these down to, I mean, that's not going to be doing anything anyway. So save that now. Okay, and we'll just click on slice, see if it manages to do that yet. So it's only going to be about a 6-7 minute print, and it only weighs a few grams. Again, ideal to be tweaking backwards and forwards on. So what I've done while I was doing this, because I did say it was a bit cold in here, I've had this, I closed the doors on the cabinet and set the bed to 80 degrees just to get a little bit of warmth inside there, so it's not quite so cold. But we now need to think about loading some filament up. So we've stuck the TPU on down the bottom here. Oh, and somebody did mention about the fact I've got a packet to desiccate in there, so we'll take that out before someone else has to comment on it. That's gone now. Stuck it on down the bottom. We'll see. To me, it just looks like it might be an easier path for what it's saying is potentially a difficult one to print. So we'll stick it on the easy path. We've set it to change filament, and it's just doing a quick purge down there. So that'll be the filament changing. We'll be able to drop back while it's doing that. I can get on with what it's doing. Drop back to the home page. Oh no, it's wait. So as soon as it's done, we can drop back to the home page and then look at sending the file across. Okay, so that's the project sliced, and the filament changed on the printer. So let's hit a print plate. Now we need to select the filament. So obviously it's not going to let us select it. Oh, that's coming up as sliced in PLA. Now, there we go. So that's not going to be right, because it should be sliced in TPU. So let's just go back. Go back to prepare. Change filament. Oh, change filament TPU. So that is now in TPU. Let's re-slice the plate. Print plate. Now we only have, there we go, TPU, and we'll send that to the printer. And there we go, that should be over at the printer. And yep. Let me just open the doors back on this, because we get quite a bit of reflection. We get enough off of the screen, let alone off the doors. Now, usually we might have to wait for the bed to cool down a bit, because obviously we're printing onto a cooler bed, and I'm trying to I was trying to warm the area up a little bit by preheating the bed to warm the chamber up a bit. So we're just waiting for that to drop. So it's done its bed leveling, which is what I tend to do for every print. Some people say it's not necessary, but unfortunately, having been brought up in engineering and textiles, we were just told calibrate, calibrate, calibrate. So I just do what I was always taught. Check and double check calibrations on things. This stuff is stringy, and it is already starting to drop a little bit of it there on the bed. We'll have that out the way for starters. So that's one thing we could have an issue with. So let's see how she goes. You can see it's certainly a little bit more string. You can see the string line running across the bed there. Only trouble with a small component is there's not a lot to look at. Well, it appears to be laying down okay. Let's have another look at it in a minute. Well, there we go. We've not ended up with a pile of spaghetti. We've not ended up with the machine trying to eat itself. And it looks like we've ended up with something half decent as a print. So that's not bad just for taking a chance with it. No doubt there's some alterations we can make and dial things in a bit better once we have a bit more of a look at it, but I've got to say, for a first attempt at printing TPU, I'm pretty chuffed with that.